Hi everyone, this is me again. I don't know if you can see everything actually, but what I would love to know is that if this is actually being well recorded. The nice part is that I am using something which I know that has battery and is supposed to work, and also, even though it's raining, I know that you are supposed to listen to me, and I will even drink some water before I finish. Oh, sorry, after I finish. And the video is going to be about the role theorem. In this occasion, we're going to make three exercises more about the role theorem that are going to be uh, kind of similar to the one that we did before. But remember that the math that I do is not a math without fundamental. I make math to have sense. So let's make it. Let me look for the exercise. The exercise are here. Okay, in this exercise are going to be super nice. But let's download something which is called Open Board, and you will see that this is free, a free resource on internet, and I will use it. Okay, I will download this for Windows. I will close here because I don't need anyone else to know which app I have downloaded. Okay, let's wait for some minutes. And if you're like wondering how is this going to work and all those things, don't worry. You will say just have patience because patience is one of the things that are more necessary in these days. These days, things are always like running out and all those things. But when you're patient, you you have like your mind in peace and your life organized, and that's more important than even riches. Sometimes there are people that are rich and they are always forgetting the things, and sorry, I'm not saying that for them to forget it. No, 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 trust me, I forget my things very often, sorry. Even though you see, for example, the exercise that I told you that I will look for, they were just next to me, and I was looking to them in another place. So you can see, you can have an idea, uh, and it's like that. But there are a few things that I forget. For example, I have a cell phone that I have more than 5 years with him, and I have never forget I forget him. And if I did, it was one that was even kind of similar. It was kind of even the same, and I forget him. And when I looked for him, someone apparently robbed him, but I knew where it was. Also, I got another one which was more modern than this one, and someone in a motorcycle, a motorbike, he robbed me when I was coming from a job. It was a golden cell phone. Okay, a gold cell phone. Let's see. This is and I say gold because the color was gold, but the cell phone was not gold. Okay. Uh, Maybe in a future, very far from now, the phones are gonna be made of gold, which is something that, being honest, would have kind of sense, but that is not our topic and is not in our business right now. So let's put this open just to not cause offense, and let's try to install. Let's close this. You see this is Urban VPN. By the way, I don't recommend this VPN. None of these VPNs. Um, just a recommendation, okay? Just a recommendation. I haven't even used them. That was a VPN that actually was corrupted, and there are many things that are like that on internet. You have to be very, very careful. Okay, after I download this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to install that, and this is going to be like our board for us to write down the things. Like when we are in the school, okay? Install. It is installing. Okay, as I was saying, you have to be patient. But I will tell you one secret. There's a video where I say that you have to to lay down sometimes and that's it, and those things. But I will tell you one thing. To lay down is something that actually you have to even overcome. When you are strong, there are times that it's even better that you stay up, and you will feel that the body will ask you to stay up. And the secret is this: sometimes it is because you need to stay up. And if you try to push your body to stay down, what you do is the opposite of of what the body is telling you that it needs. And this is a topic that is kind of delicate, but I know that some people that know how to manage the chi, for example, the Dao clan, which is something where I belong, uh, we know about these things. But what I'm trying to say is simple. If you feel that you need to stay waking up, stay waking up. And if you feel that if you have to sleep, then sleep. Or if you feel that you have to stay sad, stay sad. But sometimes you also have to overcome all those things. That's why there's routines for everything. Routines for you to stay sad, to stay even sleeping and awake. I don't know much about the positions of when you're sleeping. Being honest, I know I know a little bit, but uh, the thing is that those positions are not the most important. The most important positions are the ones that are awakened. That's why Jesus said that when we are in heaven, we will never die. And if you are intelligent, you have just understood everything that I have just said. Okay, let's continue. Let's put in here the theorem of Rolle. Theorem of Rolle. And let's put this on the center, and there you go. And now let's put this bold, just that it looks like a title, okay? And it is. That is like a title. Now what I'm going to do is super simple. I'm going to make three exercises. The theorem of role. Well, let's look for it. What it is for? Okay. What does theorem of role stands for? And that's it. And here you can say, in calculus, Rolle's theorem of Rolle's limb essentials states that any real value differentiable function that attains equal values at two distinct points must have at least one point somewhere between them at which the slope of the tangent line is zero. Such a point is known as a stationary point. Okay, So what we're gonna look is for the stationary point, and the stationary point is between two specific points that are located in a differentiable function that is like an slope. What is an slope? Well, an slope is like a parable, but the difference is that the the inclination is to the right side rather than to the left. As in this image, look, the inclination of this parable here is to the right side instead to the left or right, or exactly like a parable. A parable um would not be an slope, because a parable is just totally symmetric. This is not symmetric, okay? This is inclinated to the right side. So what we're going to fix is super simple. We're going to try to get the point which is here and between A and B, and is connecting the FC equals 0, G equal Fx, and Fa equals Fb, which is the C here, which is the point, the highest point on the axis of Y. If you're asking like, okay, but what is this for? Let's imagine that you have a car, and you want to know how the car is inclinated usually to run in a certain velocity. When I say velocity, it's not acceleration. The acceleration is different than the velocity. Velocity is something that is supposed to stay in the same range of 2 points, let's say. Why? Because the velocity is, for example, um, how how much can a certain object accelerate with the effort of the accelerator, let's say. Because there are, for example, some cars that can make more acceleration, and that means that they have more velocity. I don't know if you get it, but the velocity is just for you to get it faster. The velocity is the how fast the point of from 0 to x, um, in a range of points calculable in a range of calculable points is possible. And there are things that have more velocity than others. For example, a common motorcycle does not have the same velocity than a ninja's motorcycle. Um, let's put another example. A Harley Davidson has not the same velocity as a ninja, for example, but they also are kind of, sometimes they can be modified, and Harley Davidson can get it, and so on. You can see, for example, I like much the Ford cars. I like more Ford. I like much the Fords, and I will even teach. I will show you my favorite car. Is a Acura. Um, let's see, red from Forza Motorsport. You would see it is Acura Integra, I think. Yes, this is kind of my best, my favorite card. Believe it or no, I know that it looks amazing. I mean, for some of you, it would be like wow, and yes, for me, it is. I love it, and I love it even in white. I think, sorry, in pink. This is pink color. Sorry, yellow color. This is yellow, and I love it. For me, it looks amazing. And this is my favorite card. You understand? So now, how I know that this card has a better velocity? Well, you can even look for that. You can look velocity of an Acura versus velocity of a Ford Focus. Let's say Acura Integra. And okay, let's see. If you're asking if I can see this, yes, I can see it, but I don't like to pay attention to that. Not right now. Okay, and what I wanted you to see is that, as you can see, they have a different velocity because they are even being compared here. You see, I can even create a website in a video really fast of comparison of vehicles. That would be kind of cool, and retrieving the data from a database. And that would be like a database of cars with their velocity and comparisons, just like Mark Zuckerberg did with Facebook, but with cars. At the beginning, Mark Zuckerberg did something with Facebook that was kind of similar. To be honest, I didn't like that idea, but it was very ingenious. Sorry, when I say ingenious, it means that it was unique, something that not many people would have done. Being honest, when I saw that in his movie, I was like, wow, interesting, because I didn't see the bad part. I saw the good part. I saw that he was very very ingenious. I mean, very unique. But the bad part of it was that many girls were involved on that. And let's see. And this is all okay. Now let's look. For example, you see this. I can look for the information, not this one. You see this on the integral. As you can see here, it says that the power is this one, the torque is this one, and the wave is this one. We have the real speed. This is speed is acceleration and velocity together. Okay. And if we want to get the, let's see, sometimes speed is taken as velocity, but I know that it is not the same. Okay, let's put it clear. Well, let me see if velocity in English is velocidad in English. I don't think that it is. Oh, it is speed. Well, if it is speed, we were not as far as I thought. Let's take this one. Sorry, because I seem to have flu, but I don't have it. Okay, it is that I'm talking much in certain way. Okay, let's go back, and you see, for example, this comparative. No, this one no. Yes, in here it should be. Speed no. Oh, I got it. I had it, but now I lost it. You see, for example, here it says that it is 135 and 138, but that's not truth. Okay. Let me take this one. Why I know that is not truth? Because when the computer does not have a good answer, it uses the number three on everything. Okay, let me see. Do you see max real speed? Here it says that the Onda Integra has an speed from 225 to 235, and the Focus have 225 to 232. So the Onda Integra is more is faster, and right now this is not the Acura actually, but the Onda Integra is very similar to the Acura. And as this video is not about cars, let's leave it like that. Um, let's go to the open board and let's put the formulas that we're gonna solve. And in the next video that is going to be uploaded right after this one, we're gonna solve it because I don't want it to be too long this video. Okay, we're gonna solve three problems. Let's copy and paste this, and let's create another one. This is going to be like this: minor 3 x plus 2. Usually the problems that are from the theorem of Rolle, they are um, from with three parameters, okay? From three parameters or more. But the more useful um, equation that you're gonna solve is from two parameters. You don't see kind of two parameters, but they are two. I will show you how. You see this fx2 plus 2x minus 3, and one is kind of interesting because this has a division x plus 2. Let's put it bigger, and that's it. Okay, now in the next video, we're gonna solve these three equations. If you're kind of worried because they are equations, and I'm gonna stop the video, don't worry. I am not going to touch this. And also, this is written on one of my notebooks pages, which is very old. And I know that we're gonna be able to solve it, and we're gonna solve it in the right way. So don't worry, see you in the next video, and remember that Jesus Christ loves you as nobody else. Bye bye.